Lumos Nox, light and darkness. My father had taught me something that will stay with me all my life. A negative minded person always looks for a calamity in every opportunity, and a positive minded person looks for an opportunity in every calamity. Nothing could be more true for me. I'm a first generation serial entrepreneur. In 91, I was doing a diploma in mechanical engineering when I realized career is not taking me anywhere, nor is a diploma going to ever secure a job for me. I dropped out of college and started a small pest control company. I had no capital, first generation, middle class Parsi background. Many years later, got into design, manufacturing, imports, projects across the length and breadth of the country. Everything was going well. When in the year 2008-9, recession struck, and a very bad one. That recession gave me a fantastic opportunity to take a step back, pivot. We landed up strategizing and innovating a whole new line of hospitality business. We set up India's first and extreme adventure park. We set up experiential team-based resorts, restaurants, banquets, spas, and we never looked back. Many years later again, come 2020 March, the global pandemic, the entire world coming to a grinding halt. All our 6 resorts had to be shut down. 7 restaurants shut down, 12 banquets shut down. Close to 2,000 group employees, all jobless, standing. Gave me a time and a chance to first, a week or so, get over this jolt, and then pursue something that was brewing at the back of my mind already. Being a first generation entrepreneur, I realized there was a tremendous need for a support system throughout my life and career. Yes, I was lucky and I managed to get, directly or indirectly, God sent angels who became my mentors and guiding lights. Different points in time through my life and career, I had different men who came into my life. Professionally, somebody helped me with the banking facilities, somebody helped me with projects, somebody helped me and guided me with overall brand understanding, and somebody with a deep-rooted knowledge of engineering. But everybody is not as lucky. There is a complete void and a support system. Leaders, they say, are lonely at the top. It is a fact. The biggest of the leaders in the world are lonely at the top. It is this endeavor and this belief and this problem that I thought I should try and solve for the world. It is this endeavor and this thought process and strategy that later, a year and a half later, has allowed us to develop into the world's first business platform. There are platforms and platforms for everything in life, from strategy to execution, leadership, cybersecurity, human resource, on lifestyle, fashion, automobiles, real estate, jewelry, watches, wines, spirits, cigars. There are platforms for everything in life. But when it comes to the world of entrepreneurs, professionals, and young leaders, there isn't a single platform. What do I mean by a platform? It's not a transactional platform where you go and transact business. It's a support system. What does an entrepreneur, professional, or a young leader require? They require constant feeding of knowledge to keep them ahead of the curve. Constant content, not noise. Not frivolous Google knowledge, but business-specific day-to-day decision-making knowledge and content. That is missing. Not available to the world of entrepreneurs, professionals, and young leaders. Apart from knowledge, not just in business, also knowledge in lifestyle. The platform also is required to connect people, a global community, so that your reach to the diaspora and the dynamics becomes very different. So something that's global and your first degree connect, something like a LinkedIn on steroids, Something that puts you in touch directly with people who matter across in each and every domain. Allowing you the opportunity to meet online, but also have a life and meet offline. Meet all the people across in your city, which we call as a chapter, but meet people in your domain globally once in a year. A global community, a community that believes in social impact. Took the time off, got into research, analyze platforms across through domains, starting with private clubs and getting my experience. I was invited to be a member of that Chambers, and I was very fortunate at that, right in the year 2007. And since then, I've been a member at Chambers continuously. I've enjoyed the privilege of that club and understood the meaning of a high and powerful business club. That's a physical club. Then there are forums across the world, and fantastic organizations like YPO and EO have done amazing work in the world of forums in the last 25 years. Forums are a peer-to-peer networking group that is put together as a support system. It is a game changer. It's like having a personal board of directors in your life. It's a game changer in every professional and entrepreneur's life. I became a part of EO Mumbai, and many, many years later, I have been able to benefit from the fruits of being a part of a forum. I have a fantastic forum and I vouch by it. The game-changing effect it has on your personal, emotional, and family life. Also, when I was talking about a platform where you can have the whole family. Usually, business platforms do not indulge in lifestyle. Lifestyle platforms do not indulge the family together. So one single club that has everything put together is what my heart was craving for as a first generation serial entrepreneur. I wanted a solution to put all of this and more together so that I would have an answer to everything that I was searching for. A quest would end with this community, which we called as DLC, Della Leaders Club, a global community of entrepreneurs, professionals, and young leaders. Weeks and months of research supported by my family, my kids, my team, right through the entire pandemic. When people were locked up and enjoying life, we were burning the midnight oil and struggling, looking for light in that darkness. Trying to figure out what do more and more entrepreneurs across the world feel? What is a missing need? What is a gap? And solving the problem on a 360-degree basis. Researching what do frivolous networking clubs offer and trying what is it that we should not do, trying to stay away from them. Speaking to people. The foundation of DLC was laid on the premise of business, lifestyle, and forums. Rest of the things came in much later. And that was a game changer. Business, creating domain-specific business committees. And in lifestyle, creating domain-specific lifestyle committees. And then in each city, inviting men and women of eminence across to join those committees with their domain expertise. Having a humble request to just spend 8 hours with DLC on a yearly basis. Giving content, helping other entrepreneurs and professionals via their domain expertise. Each of these committees, soon the network effect kicked in. So right from New York to London, Hong Kong, Singapore, Dubai, Bangkok, Mumbai, Delhi, Hyderabad, Chennai, Calcutta, Pune, Indore, Ahmedabad. It just spread like fire. And before I realized, I was doing at least 12 to 15 Zoom calls a day with men and women of eminence who had been identified in each of these domains in respective cities across the world. The team grew larger and larger. We started with practically about 8-9 of us working together and moved on. Before we realized, we moved on to more than 55 to 60 people. Today, we are at 180 people as full-time employees in DLC. The 26 committees representing leadership, strategy, human resource, cybersecurity, design thinking, happiness. All of these were not planned on day one, as I'm saying it right now. With each call to a domain expert, talking about a particular genre, suggestions would come in. Where is CSR? Where is philanthropy? Where is education? And we would land up going back to the drawing board, realigning the committees, and taking more and more specialists across on board. Same thing happened in lifestyle. And the more we dwelled into it, the more we realized the fun of doing it. Because there isn't a single lifestyle platform that puts the entire plethora of domains onto one single platform. 13 business committees, 13 lifestyle committees is what we zeroed down on after about 6 months of phone calls. Let me tell you the timeline. Today we are about 18 months down the line from where we started. And the journey is still going on. The learning is still on. Some of the best days of my life was talking to the most amazing people in the world. Our calls took us to deans of universities, ex-dean of Cornell, the current dean of Oxford University, London, industry doyens, leaders, industrialists, technologists, bureaucrats, cybersecurity experts. The list just goes on and on and on. Path-breaking cancer research scientists, people who've established multiple patents in their name. Not just that, the icing on the cake came when the first unicorn founder became a part or honorary committee member of DLC. And then the list grew, and now we have many unicorn founders across as part and parcel of DLC within the 26 domains. Not just unicorn founders, but I think more than 100 plus IITians, Stanford alumni, Harvard alumni, the list just goes on and on. Some of the best management college deans, Thunderbird University, Phoenix, Arizona. The academicians, PhDs, doctorates. Each day when I was talking to these people, I was realizing the kind of passion that they would come with. And passion was common. There were two things that was common between everybody that we spoke to. I personally would have done more than 700 documented video recorded Zoom calls. My team would have done the rest. Today, the global community stands at 2,300 powerful men and women of eminence across the world in these 26 domains. That is the power of the network effect. That's the power of the light in the darkness, the quest that began in May 2020, right in the thick and thin of pandemic. Today, when we are going through the third lockdown, during this time period, a lot has been achieved. The 26 committees allowed us to set up 15 cities. Today, the chapter offices have been set up in New York. Companies have been registered in Singapore, New York, Dubai, and DIFC across the world. So whilst one side we were having meetings with taxation consultants and lawyers to set up this organization, second side we were engaging with people and setting up our studios. DLC, in due course of time, is going to become the world's largest day-to-day business content creator. 26 committees, each committee creating more than 25 content pieces a month. Very meaningful content which goes through a blueprint and a strategy for that particular domain. More than 650 pieces of content a month to be produced across 15 cities in the world. It is going to become the single largest repository. DLC has always been democratic in its nature. It's never been made with an elitist mindset. I realized very early in life, knowledge is meant to be shared. It's not somebody's jagir. The more we share knowledge, the more we get it. So we've resolved to put all these 650 pieces of content a month, every third month, onto YouTube for free. So the poorest of poor in the world can consume, learn, and apply it to their lives. It is our endeavor to make sure we impact the world in the best possible way we can. Via the world of peer-to-peer learning, which is a game changer, having people to go ahead and support us in this entire learning exercise. DLC's vision has been to act as a catalyst to drive people from a life of success to a life of significance. It is in the quest of that significant life where we want to imbibe the discipline of empathy into the soul and DNA of each and every organization and institution that comes as a part and parcel of DLC. Having the ability to have an access to the highest offices across from the chief strategic advisor to Barack Obama in White House, to the ex-director of United Nations, to understanding the 17 SDGs of United Nations and creating an entire ecosystem of social impact filled with 54 communities. There is enough and more happening on the world's first business platform. A platform that's meant to impact humanity in more ways than one, serve humanity and serve the planet. There are only two ecosystems that matter. There is no measure of success in DLC's lingo, either with the balance sheet or with personal net worth statements. The only success DLC recognizes within this ecosystem is the number of human lives you've touched. We respect people and put them on a pedestal, high, medium, or low, based on the number of human lives they've touched in their lifetime or the endeavor they're made to do so, or the actions they have taken in sustainability measures to serve planet Earth. These are the only two currencies that are validated on DLC ecosystem. So there is so much and more that's been put into this platform. Now finally, after 18 months of struggle and work night and day, we've opened up in memberships. Now we are going ahead and recognizing, accessing people across the world. We've been very fortunate to be covered by Forbes New York, Economic Times. More than 400 publications across the world have loved the idea and concept of the world's first business platform. Every city, we've set up our chapter offices to be physically present there. So we can do not just online events, but physical events 3 times a year in every city, known as U-Turn festivals. 19 global summits. There is enough and more in this endeavor and the world known as Della Leaders Club. What matters at the end of the day is how we can remain as a support system, imbibe the discipline of empathy, touch as many human lives as we can via the intellect and knowledge of some of the most amazing people in the world. The future plans to expand to the next 15 cities every 6 months. Physically set up studios, offices, people, employees, and again, within the 26 committees, house honorary committee members, and then go for the paid members. It has been an endeavor that has yielded amazing results and inquisitiveness across the world about this platform. We hope we are able to touch as many human lives as we've endeavored to do via the world's first business platform, DLC. I'm happy I've been able to share my ideas of how during the most darkest hour, we ended up creating the world's first business platform and innovating something that didn't exist. I'm happy I got to share my ideas at TEDxIMTGhaziabad. Thank you.